The View host Joy Behar says white men are protecting probably guilty Brett Kavanaugh. Now, I pushed this one, and that's not it. It's when she called Vice Pence, was teasing him about his Christianity, and then she called him and apologized and blah, blah, blah. I'll put that one up too. But ABC News, The View co-host Joy Behar, which I can't stand, I really can't stand her, declares the Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is probably guilty of decades of old sexual assault allegations, slammed old white men in the Senate Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. So let's pay attention to this.
Brett Kavanaugh. His accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, says she wants the FBI to investigate her claims that he sexually assaulted her before she testifies in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono gave this wake-up call to the men on Capitol Hill. Take a look.
I expect the men in this country and the men in this committee, and many of them, believe me, because we all signed on to this letter to demand an FBI investigation. But really, guess who's perpetuating all of these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country. And I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. I don't think she needs to say shut up.
I was going to say, I think the opposite. I think there are a lot of good men out there, and this has been a tough time for those good men, and we need to hear from them because they need to speak out more. They need to speak out more about what has gone on wrong in this country for so many years that women have had such a hard time coming out. If anything, I say we need to hear more from these men.
Yeah, and especially coming out, I mean, I don't know if people know this, but Professor Ford, this woman who's making these allegations against Kavanaugh, she's been forced out of her home after receiving death threats over the allegation.
Well, this
forced
is the
out of her home,
problem.
and
This is where the men need to step up. This is where, see, the problem has been we have not, as women, we have not taught the men that they need to step up.
Yeah.
So what we sort of say, oh, no, that's just male behavior.
Right.
We've let that stuff go. And now we've made a stand and said, look, this is not going to fly anymore.
Right.
And they're trying to figure out, okay, so what do I do? But I think she's really talking to all those men on the Hill because they are from Grassley over.
Yeah.
It's been like, well, you know, I don't know if I believe what she has.
She must be mixed up.
She can't. And those are the folks she's talking to. See?
Well, you know, here's the thing. It's like, I think this is a great teaching moment for people, for men and women, like I was saying in the room before. You know, it's like all my life, men are supposed to protect you. You know, one time some guy came on to me, an older guy in my old neighborhood. He was like really very lascivious and creepy. And I told my father about it. And my father mostly ignored me, which I appreciated because who wants to talk to him anyway? He was always at the track or with the ponies, you know, so that's my father. So I didn't have a lot of expectation from the guy. But when this guy came on to me in the street, I told my father, he said nothing. Next thing I know, I see this guy in the street. He crosses the street. My father protected me. This is what I grew up with, that men are supposed to protect you from these predatory males.
I do too.
And they're not doing that.
And believe
On the
you.
contrary,
But we have to.
these people in Congress right now, in that Senate Judiciary Committee, these white men, old, by the way, are not protecting women. They're protecting a man who is probably guilty. If you're not Judge Kavanaugh, take the lie detector test.
Yeah.
Prove it the way she did and the way Anita Hill did, that they were not lying. Let's see that from you. Or are you a coward?
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing about Anita Hill has been, you know, that happened with Anita Hill in 1991, and she testified, and she's been very, very vocal about this issue and about Kavanaugh's hearing and about what this Senate should do. And she made it very clear that by partisan agreement, the FBI was sent to interview both Anita Hill and Judge Thomas 2 weeks before the public hearings on Hill's allegation.
No, wait a minute. I had to stop that because, okay, they said a couple of things there. Okay, first of all, when I see these guys, all I can think of is a coven. The second thing is they start talking about how we need to teach men like they're little boys and we need to lead them around by their earlobe and go, okay, this is what we need to do. This is how you need to act. And the third thing, they want to be protected by men. Okay, wait a minute. First, they say men are too toxic, that their masculinity is too toxic. But now they want men to be all buff and burly and step in and be like, no, you're doing this wrong. I got to be protective of this woman. Okay, you guys got these guys' heads spinning around. You don't want them to be masculine. Then you want them to be masculine. This is the liberal mindset, They don't know what they want. They do. They want what they want. You know what I mean? For the moment. It's like a spoiled rich kid, They want what they want for the moment. Something new is happening. They want it fixed right then. Doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter how they get it. They want what they want for the moment. And you can't tell a man one moment, act like a woman, and the next moment, act like a man. You got everybody's head spinning, and this is just a coven. Fix it yourselves. You did it. You made it happen. Now you fix it. Good God. What is wrong with you people? Act like, protect us like men. No. Protect yourselves. You dress like men anyways. You be the man.